Hey guys, what's up? I'm Tom Court, and in this video I'm going to show you how to change the leader lines on your Duotone Click Bar. So before you open up your Click Bar, the first thing you need to always do is make sure that the system is totally depowered. To do this, you want to apply some pressure to the back lines and you want to press the push button until it won't go any further. The red tab needs to be at the depower side. Okay, so once the bar is fully depowered, you want to go to the left side of the bar and undo the left cover. Remove the two screws in the end of the bar and the left cover will come off. Next up, go to the winding mechanism on the right hand side of the bar. Twist the winding gear 90 degrees, hold it with two fingers and undo the two screws underneath. You simply pull the winding mechanism and it removes the entire trim unit from inside the bar. Right, so the next step is to take the split spool apart. Start by undoing the push button. Remove the push button and spring and put them to one side. That will leave the split spool on its own. Now to do this, you also need to take the split spool apart. So use your Allen key to undo the Allen key in the center of the split spool. This will then allow you to totally disassemble the split spool. Make sure you don't lose any of the parts and put them to one side. Take off the black washer inside the split spool and remove both leader lines from the mechanism. Right, so the first leader line that we will change is the right-hand side. This is the leader line that goes directly straight up this side of the bar and doesn't run through the center of the bar. So at this stage, you'll need the guiding tool. This helps you rethread the leader line once you've changed it. Attach the metal end of the guiding tool to the end of your existing leader and then pull your leader line so it feeds up and comes out of the end. Then you can detach your line. And to change the leader line itself, you'll want to trace back up the line until you get to the loop-to-loop connector. Undo the loop-to-loop connector and then unthread the leader line, and that is your leader line removed. Then you get your new leader line and thread the top loop over the loop-to-loop connector and then back thread the leader line through the loop and the end of your main line, leaving another loop-to-loop connection. Then connect the bottom of your new leader line to the guiding tool hook and proceed to pull it back down through the EVA floater. So once you've changed the right leader line, you are now ready to go on and change the left one. First step here is to go over to the left side of the bar and pop the EVA floater off the end of the bar. This allows the line to run freely up and out of the floater. Then you connect the guiding tool to the loop on the end of the left leader line and pull it back through the bar so that the guiding tool comes out the other end. Now, make sure you don't pull the guiding tool too far so you don't lose the end of it inside the bar and it makes it easy to replace. Keep pulling the guiding tool and the line out until it comes out of the end of your EVA floater. Disconnect the line and then trace the leader line back up until you get to the same loop-to-loop connection. Unthread the entire leader line and then thread it off the bottom of the line. Then you take your new red leader line, get the two loops, thread the line loop through the leader line loop and run the new leader line fully through the loop and pull tight for another loop-to-loop connection. Then go to your guiding tool that's sticking out of your EVA floater, connect the end of your new leader line and proceed to pull it back down through the EVA floater until it comes out here, and then guide it back up into the tube that runs along the middle of your bar. Pull it all the way back through until you see it again at the end of the bar next to the winding mechanism. Now you can reattach the left EVA floater. One thing to look out for at this stage is the line that runs through the left side of the bar is running between the two screw posts that attach the left cover. Once you're happy that the left line is running through the two screw posts cleanly and there's no obstructions in the center of the bar, you can then reattach the left cover. Make sure it's the right way around and insert it back into the end of the bar, tightening up the two screws in the end. Once you've done that, just give the leader line a quick movement test to make sure it's running freely, and you can see the power adjustment in the power display in the middle of the bar. And now you're ready to reassemble the split spool and winding mechanism. To do this, you want your split spool screw and the first part of the split spool. Insert it down over the split spool screw, and then take the right hand leader line and insert it onto the top of the split spool screw. Make sure it goes down into one of the notches in the first part of the split spool, right to the bottom. You want to make sure that the screw head is flush on the back of the split spool so that the line is definitely at the bottom. Next up is your black washer, and you want to ensure that one of the raised parts on the black washer is on the opposite side to the line that you've just inserted into the split spool, filling up the gap where there currently is no line. Push that down into the mechanism, like so, and then you want to get your left leader line, this one that does run through the center of the bar, and thread the loop over the top of the split spool screw and push the line down between the two curved metal parts in the center of the split spool. There we go. Make sure at this stage that the lines are totally inside the split spool and they are coming out of both sides of the mechanism. Now you can begin to screw on the final part of the mechanism. As you can see, there are two curved indents in this part, and those two curved indents correspond with the circular raised part of the center of the spool, and these need to fit together. Screw the third part into place, making sure at this stage that none of the leader lines pop out from inside the mechanism. Use your Allen key to further tighten it, and once it's finger tight, you can get the right cover, insert it over the top to get extra grip to give it a proper tighten. The next stage is to put the mechanism inside the right cover, get your push button and spring, and reattach. Once the push button and spring has been reattached and the complete trim unit is in place, you're now ready to insert it back into the bar. Now you want to make sure that there's no twist in these two lines, and if you find that the right hand cover is up the wrong way, don't just twist the whole spool over to fit it into the end of the bar. What you want to do is push the push button and rotate just the internal mechanism in order for it to fit inside the bar. As you can see, there is a small diagram on the right hand cover, and this needs to be facing upwards. Then pull your leader lines to take up the slack and push the whole mechanism back into the end of the bar. Finally, twist the winder 90 degrees and reinsert the 2 screws to hold it in place. Okay, so every time you open up your click bar, you always want to do one final test to make sure everything is working smoothly inside. Turn the mechanism to make sure it's working. You'll be able to see the red indicator moving towards the power sign on the power display, and then put some pressure on the back lines and test the push button and the depower mechanism is all working fine. And that's it. That is how you change the leader lines on your Duotone Click Bar. You can find the spare parts for all of our Duotone products at your local dealer, your nearest shop, or online on our website.